I've been waiting, I say, for who? Your eyes skin straight, the future tense, mind stay glued to this room. You mapped out our morning, I was counting the times. You packed a bag in your voice, I just nodded and smiled. You said yes, but I never asked in the first place. You built the door in a wall I never meant to break. You heard vows in the silence where my doubts stayed. You said yes to a question I was too scared to say. You kept circling baby names, I kept circling words to leave. You called it meant to be, I called it hard to breathe. You rehearsed our anniversaries, I rehearsed my alibis. You wore the whole forever, I just tried it on for size. You said yes, but I never asked in the first place. You built the door in a wall I never meant to break. You heard vows in the silence where my doubts stayed. You said yes to a question I was too scared to say. Did I lead you on, or did you lead yourself? Were my half words a promise, or just you filling the shells? Oh, if I whisper I'm not ready, will it tear your world in two? Or was it always made of glass, waiting for the truth? You said yes, but I never asked in the first place. You wrote our names in a space I never meant to take. You heard stay in the quiet where my doubts say. You said yes, and I'm finally saying what I couldn't say.
All right. Welcome to another class, Legacy Liftoff series that we have been doing for a long time. You guys, we're on our fifth book. We will start our fifth book tonight. I'm excited. As I wait for everybody to come in, I just wanted to kind of lay some music down for you just a little bit, get you going here. I've been playing music off and on all day long today. If you are in our area in Louisiana, I hope you were able to go out and vote. Um, I did my due diligence, and I know many other people have too. You got a couple of more minutes before everything gets shut down at 8 o'clock or 7:41 now. So you got a couple of more minutes to go. Definitely go out there and vote. No matter who you vote for, it doesn't matter. It's not my business, but make sure you take your exercise your right to vote. Let me say it like that. All right, all right, all right. I am so excited. Look, first and foremost, okay, first let me tell you, we do this class every Saturday and every Wednesday at 7:30. Um, because the other podcast I was doing, we changed the dates to Tuesdays and Thursdays, so that works perfectly for me. Um, on Thursday nights, I'm on a public access channel, and the Empower Her talk show starts over there at 7 o'clock every Thursday. That we do Saturday, Sunday, and then I do the Rooted and Rising on my Substack. It's a podcast I do. Usually try to do that Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I try. Okay. And then on Saturdays, now that I changed to Saturday afternoon, it's a little bit better because today was my first day of doing it in the afternoons. I do a morning afternoon show where we play music, and I definitely talk like I do over here. It's not too much of a difference. The subject matters are different, but I do the same thing that I do on my other channels. Today I had a great, oh wow, it really, really hit home for me. The discussion I had today was called Trauma Driven Ambition. That's what it was called, Trauma Driven Ambition. And I thought that was very interesting because it did step on my toes on many aspects of it. And it was basically talking about how we mix success with survival. Those two things are not the same. And I thought that was very interesting that we do that. A lot of times we're trying to be successful in everything, and is it really what we're supposed to be doing? Success does not mean or equate trying to just survive, not feeling like you're enough. So you find yourself being busy all the time. So I was like, yeah, that hit me. And I made the comment that because I am in the process of recovering from being a people pleaser, it is easier for me to find myself falling into that, always trying to do something different, always trying to, we stay busy a lot, doing a lot of things, and to validate who we are. And when that doesn't, we also equate success with validation. So it doesn't matter of all the degrees you have, how many jobs you have, how big your house is, how nice your car is. None of that matters when you live your whole life in survival mode. And that's basically what we talked about today. So today's conversation, if you get a chance, you can go right over here on YouTube channel and kind of check it out. Today's conversation is our new ebook. And I'm definitely going to share that with you guys. Our new ebook is called Embracing the Shadow, A Woman of Color's Guide to Emotional Healing. And this is where we started talking about shadow work. Remember, I told you I was going to share some shadow work things with you. This is what we're going to be doing. So let me come back over here and share this with you. Okay. I love this. This is awesome. So, first and foremost, I need to talk real quick. Okay. So I know I definitely see Miss Kathy in the room. Thank you, Miss Kathy, for showing up. I don't know who the other person is because they haven't said anything. But I would love for you guys who've already gotten your books. I emailed you guys all your books. So if you've gotten your book already, and if you're not able to be into the class, that's fine. We're just going to go over chapter 1. I will be having your quizzes for the last book we did, The Inner Strength, Developing Emotional Intelligence. I will definitely be having that before tomorrow, well, by tomorrow. I am not rushing you to do the quiz. I would like to have it done by Wednesday if you can. If you can't, that's fine. We're going to forge into doing this one, just long as we get it done. Miss Kathy, I don't know if you were available, but what I wanted from you guys, since you guys know me and been dealing with me for a minute, and I'm not talking about on a personal basis, I'm talking about an empowerment coach basis. I want you to let me know what have you learned from me so far when it comes to my coaching. Because believe it or not, whoever is out there that don't know, I know some of these people personally that are in my class. Okay, so I don't want them to see it from my personal basis of knowing me. I want them to know me, and I want them to share with me their feedback on me as a empowerment coach and all the work that we've done together. So I would like to get some feedback if you can write a little paragraph or whatever, so that I know if there's things I need to work on. I will definitely do that. I don't have a problem with that. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and get started with chapter 1. Okay. Ooh, this is little. Oh, you know why? Because I'm looking at it from my other thing. That's not where I want. I want to look at it from here. Okay, so let's come over here. I could have actually watched it from the other one too. Okay. So chapter 1, Introduction to Shadow Work. Understanding shadow work. We brought shadow work up, and it seems like everything that we have been going toward, I was like, yeah, I think we need to do the shadow work thing. And so I thought we would bring it out because some questions came up. So I think it's very important that we talk about this. Okay. So, introduction to shadow work, understanding shadow work. Okay. Understanding shadow work is essential for women of color, seeking emotional healing and personal growth. It involves delving into the parts of ourselves that often reject or ignore. We often reject or ignore, which are referred to as our shadow selves. This practice is particularly relevant for women of color as societal and cultural pressures can exasperate feelings of inadequacy and unworthiness. By embracing shadow work, we can confront these hidden aspects, leading to a more authentic and empowered self. Shadow work techniques vary, but they are all focused on bringing awareness to our unconscious beliefs and behaviors. Journaling, meditation, and guided visualizations are popular methods that help illuminate our inner struggles. In recognizing these shadows, we begin to understand how they influence our thoughts, emotions, and interactions with others. This understanding is crucial for personal growth as it enables us to make conscious decisions rather than react to a place of pain or fear. The psychological perspective on shadow work emphasizes the importance of acknowledging our darker traits as part of our overall identity. Carl Jung, or Jung, the founder of analytical psychology, positioned that the shadow represents those aspects of ourselves that we deem unacceptable. For women of color, this journey can be particularly transformative as it allows us to reclaim power over our narratives and reshape our self image. By understanding our shadow selves, we can foster a more profound sense of self acceptance and resilience. Engaging in shadow work can have a significant impact on mental health. As we confront our fears and insecurities, we create space for healing and growth. This process often leads to reduced anxiety, improved relationships, and greater emotional stability. For women of color who face unique challenges, The benefits of shadow work can be especially profound, providing pathway to break free from limiting beliefs and societal expectations that weigh heavily on our mental well-being. Ultimately, embracing shadow work is about self-acceptance and integrating all parts of ourselves. It encourages us to honor our complexities and recognize that imperfections are part of the human experience. By embracing our shadows, we not only enhance our emotional healing journey, it is about this journey is not emotional healing journey, but also empower ourselves to live authentically and fully, right? This journey is not just about healing, it's about celebrating our multifaceted idea, identities as women of color and reclaiming the narrative of our lives. Okay. All right. Okay. The importance of emotional healing. Emotional healing is a vital aspect of personal growth, especially for women of color who often face unique challenges and societal pressures. The journey of healing involves confronting past traumas and acknowledging suppressed feelings, which is essential for self acceptance and empowerment. By embracing the process of emotional healing, we can reclaim our identities and create spaces where we can thrive without the weight of unprocessed emotions. Understanding the significance of emotional healing allows us to recognize the connection between our mental health and our experiences. Shadow work serves as a powerful tool in this journey, enabling us to delve deep into the shadows of our psyche. As we explore the hidden parts of ourselves, we uncover the roots of emotional pain and began to dismantle the barriers that prevent us from fully embracing our lives. The impact of emotional healing extends beyond individual growth. It fosters resilience and strength within our communities. When women of color engage in shadow work, they not only heal themselves, but also inspire others to embark on similar paths of self discovery. Excuse me, you guys. I apologize for that. I don't know where that came from. This collective healing process can lead to a profound transformation, creating an environment where empathy and understanding flourish breaking cycles of trauma and fostering a sense of belonging. Furthermore, the techniques of shadow work provide practical strategies for navigating emotional turmoil. By incorporating mindfulness practices, journaling, and guided meditation into our routines, we can cultivate a greater awareness of our thoughts and feelings. This practice not only helps in processing emotions, but also encourages a more compassionate relationship with ourselves, paving the way for healthier interactions with others. Ultimately, the importance of emotional healing lies in our ability to embrace our whole selves, including the parts we often try to hide. As women of color, it is crucial to honor our experiences and emotions as valid and deserving of attention. By prioritizing our emotional health through shadow work, we take significant steps toward liberation, self acceptance, and a brighter future for ourselves and generations to come. The unique experience of women of color. The experience of women of color is often multifaceted, shaped by layers of identity and culture. Each woman carries her unique story, influenced by her background, history, and societal expectations placed upon her. This diversity is contribute in experience contributes to a rich tapestry of perspectives that can enhance the practice of shadow work. Understanding these nuances is crucial for effective emotional healing as it allows for a more personalized approach to facing and integrating one's shadow self. Excuse me, hate season. Okay, women of color frequently encounter societal challenges that can exacerbate feelings of isolation and misunderstanding. These challenges may include the racial discrimination, cultural appropriation, and the pressure to conform to stereotypes. Excuse me. As a result, their journey in shadow work may involve not only personal traumas but also collective wounds that are often overlooked. Acknowledging these external factors is essential in creating a safe space for healing and growth, enabling women to address their shadows without fear of judgment. Shadow work techniques can particularly be transformative for women of color, as they often deal with complex layers of shame and guilt that stem from both personal and cultural histories. Engaging in practices such as journaling, meditation, and group therapy can provide a platform for exploring these emotions in a nurturing environment. By confronting their shadows, women can cultivate self acceptance and reclaim their narratives, transforming a pain into power and resilience. The impact of shadow work on mental health for women of color can be profound. As they navigate their inner landscapes, they often uncover hidden strengths and insights that empower them to break free from limiting beliefs. This journey not only enhances self awareness, but also fosters a sense of community among women who share similar struggles. The act of sharing their experiences can be a powerful reminder that they are not alone in their healing, creating bonds that can lead to a collective empowerment. Hmm. Ultimately, embracing the unique experiences of women of color in shadow work encourages a holistic approach to emotional healing. By acknowledging and valuing their individual stories, women can embrace their full selves, including the shadows they carry. This process is not only aids in personal growth, but also contributes to a broader understanding of the diverse paths toward healing. In recognizing the intersectionality of their experiences, women of color can pave the way for a more inclusive dialogue around shadow work and mental health. Okay, so we found out, hey, hi there.
Good evening.
Good evening. How are you, ma'am?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
I can't complain, can't complain. None whatsoever. Did you get your book?
I just got on my computer. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, great. Yes, that's right. That's right, Miss Kathy. Work helps me keep my mind off things except on the weekends. Yeah, I get that. Always in survival mode. That's right. We do. We live in survival mode. It's very unhealthy for us to do that. But once you realize that that's what you're doing and you're looking and seeking healing from that, then that's when things start to change. Excuse me, but you got to be able to to be ready to be healed from it. Okay, because when you heal from it, um, that means that you've delved deep into yourself and you realize what's going on with you. It's not for anybody else to know; it's for what you need to know about yourself. So yes. So Miss Bell,
Yes,
um,
ma'am.
are you able to get into it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the first question I'm going to ask you is, what is shadow work?
Uh, I really don't know. I remember you telling us, but I can't remember what you said.
Okay. Okay. So the first chapter is going to be talking about what shadow work is, the different things shadow work does, and what it represents. So let's see here. Let's see. Oh, excuse me, you guys. I am sorry. I'm not trying to be rude. I apologize. I really do. Um, I don't know why I always is a certain time of day that I get tired, and I don't know what it is. But anyway, so understanding shadow work is essential for women of color seeking emotional healing and personal growth. So it involves delving into the parts of ourselves that we often reject or ignore, which are referred to as our shadow selves. This practice is particularly relevant for women of color as societal and cultural pressures can exacerbate feelings of inadequacy and unworthiness. So, by embracing shadow work, we can confront these hidden aspects, leading to a more authentic and powerful or empowered self. So, basically, shadow work is the dark side of you, the side that you don't show to everybody else, the side that where you have been dealing with trauma, right? You've been dealing with trauma, and because you have been dealing with trauma, the end result of that is shadow work. Okay, now that you know that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Um. So, um, you tell me. You don't have to go deep and personal or anything like that, because I don't. I don't. I'm not trying to. I'm not a therapist. I'm not trying to get that to that point with you. I want. I would like to hear what you think shadow work is, and this is what I would like for you to do. Name some traits that you find in yourself that equates to shadow, that to the dark side of you.
Mm, that is something I might have to think about.
Okay. Okay. Miss Kathy, can do you have any? Let me go here and see. Let me see. Okay, let's see. Hey, Miss Kathy, can you name a personality trait that you think you have that would be considered shadow work or the darker side of yourself? Let's see if she's gonna answer me. So, for example, and maybe the way that I'm asking the question could be an issue, probably. So let's talk about some traits of shadow work. I mean, the shadow selves. Whenever you have gone through some type of traumatic situation in your life, doesn't matter whether you're young or old, during a period in your life, right? And remember, we talked about triggers.
Yes.
Well, yeah, okay. So triggers are what takes place when the darker side of us, um, say, okay, so let's say that you were abused, right? And certain words some people say, your abuser was saying those certain words or phrases to you. What do you think that's going to do to you? If you still working on yourself, what do you think that's going to do?
That's going to set you off.
Okay. So how does that make you feel?
Angry.
Okay.
Are you
What else? What else? Hmm?
are you talking to me?
I'm talking. Well, I was waiting for Kathy, but she didn't. I guess she had to type it in. But you can go ahead. You can go ahead.
That would be anger for me. Uh, I would get angry
Okay.
about that. That would be a trigger for me.
Okay. What's um another reaction that you would get? You would give, or yeah, you would give.
Someone accusing me of something that didn't involve me, but want to put me in it.
Okay. 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 Um, is there anything else?
No, not right now. I can't think of anything else.
Okay. So if you're in the process now, because we're just beginning this, so if you're in the process of learning what your shadow work traits are, right? Um, what are some of the ways that you can kind of combat them? What are some of the things that you can do?
Not respond so quickly
Okay. Okay. What else?
to them and try to figure out how I would go about responding. I
Okay.
guess my reaction.
Okay. Okay. Now, are there ways of not, I don't want to call them remedies, but are there ways that you can cope with your shadow self?
Mm.
Are there ways that you can use that helps you cope with your shadow self?
I think so.
Okay.
Me just taking a breath
Okay. Okay.
and
That's okay.
analyzing the situation or problem or whatever.
Okay. Okay. What else? So
Mm,
if you analyze it, what are you going to do with that information?
I'm going to try to come up with whatever the result is of me analyzing it, how I am going to approach it or address it.
Okay.
You know, not in a manner that
Okay.
I'm angry or anything like that.
Okay. Okay. But you do know that you can get angry. It's all right to be angry.
Yeah,
Okay. So another way we can cope with it is journaling. You said breathing, meditation. Those are all ways that you can actually um, kind of, I don't want to say combat it, but at least you know how to deal with it, cope with it, right?
right.
Those are other two ways that you could do that with. Okay. Um, do you think because it's women of color, do you think we definitely like outright face that dealing with the triggers of society? Do you think it like really, really hits us probably worse than it hits other people?
I do,
Okay. What are some of the reasons you think it does?
because people always see us as angry black women.
Okay. Okay. And what else?
Um, that we can't control our temper. We're always going off. Um, I guess that's the same thing. Angry black women.
Yeah. 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 Um, so another way you can look at it is the things that are taken from us on a daily basis. Cultural appropriation, right?
Hmm.
Um, the way that society views us, right? Um, and okay, so now that we know that, how does that make us feel? How do we feel when things are being taken from us and people are plastering these different labels on negative labels about us? How do you think that makes us feel?
What that we're not worthy. We don't amount to much.
Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, let me see. Go back in here. Okay, okay, almost in. Oh, fisticuffs. Okay, like when someone talks down to me, I instantly get angry and lash back. That's right. So you're saying that, Miss Kathy. So where does that come from? Because you lashing out at somebody, that's a trigger. But where does that come from? It has to be something bringing that up to you that makes you feel that that's your reaction. And Miss Linda, and answer that question too, but you don't have to go into deep detail. Let me say it to you like that. Neither one of you guys have to go into no deep detail to me. Because again, I am not a licensed therapist. So certain things I'm not going to say, you need to tell me, you need to tell me. I'm not going to do that. Just give me a on the like not the deep surface, but on top. Why are you triggered? That's the question. Why are you triggered by certain things? What causes the trigger? Okay. I cope with it when release it on Facebook when I know they're going to read it. Okay, that's the way you cope with it. But okay, you heard what she said. The way she get back at him is that she puts how she feels on Facebook, and she
Mhm.
knows they're looking at it. Okay, so the question is, what is it about them that makes you angry? Because something's got to take. And keep in mind, y'all, we all do it. It resonates completely with me. When we get angry at stuff, we're giving that situation, that person, power over us. So, what I'm asking you is, Why is it that that person triggers you? What is it in your shadow self that beams head on that situation, that person saying certain things to you? What creates that? There's got to be a backstory to it. You're not just doing it because you can do it. There has to be a backstory. So my question is not to go into detail, because I keep trying to say this because I want you guys to understand that. You can always just say, well, my childhood was bad. My job is not to say, well, how bad was it? You want to give me some examples? I'm not going to do that. I just basically want to know what are certain things that trigger you. Okay. So she said, okay, okay, gotcha. So what creates that? What makes you angry? Why does this person or situation has that much power over you? Either one of y'all can answer. Ms. Bell?
Well, the thing that triggers me, and it has to do with childhood, when I always heard,
Okay.
"You're just like your mother,"
Gotcha.
and I'm
All
gonna
right.
leave it at that.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Um, I get exactly what you're saying. Okay. Um, so with that being said, which I love the way you answer that. With that being said,
I just honestly live with it.
yes, I got you. That's how you cope with it. You live
Yep.
with it. You said, okay. But do you understand how that's affecting you?
Mm-hmm.
Do
Prime
you
example.
understand?
It
Yeah.
was actually a little incident happened today when I went home. So yeah,
Oh, wow.
I know how it affects me.
So it brought back that, right?
Oh yes, ma'am. I had to hurry up and
Don't
come
tell
back to
me. Okay.
Alexandria.
I thought you was about to say you had to take care of business. That's all I was like, okay, all
I
right.
would have if I had stayed.
So you saying we have to call and find out where you was at? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Where's Miss Bell? Miss Bell supposed to be in my class. Where's she at, man? I just need to let you know. I'm a friend of hers. We had to go get her out of jail. I said, oh no, not jail. What did you do? What did you do? Tell me what she did.
So I came back to my house.
Y'all go straight back. Yeah, make that beehive to the house. I'm not dealing with it. Okay, Miss Kathy said definitely feel unworthy and dumb. Yes, yes, yes. So again, Miss Kathy, so what triggers that? I remember from okay, so what we're finding out is a lot of stuff happened in childhood that creates this trauma. That creates the trauma and what triggers the shadow, okay? The dark side of us. What I like about what you two just did was you identified where it comes from, the foundation of it. And now, in order for you to heal from some of it, because I'm not here to be no healer, but for you to recognize, see, once you recognize a situation, then you open it up to be dealt with. Okay. You open the door and you give it the opportunity to, let's say, okay, I want to deal with this problem. But you have to do it on your own. Okay. You have to first recognize it. Then you got to say, you know what, I don't want to keep doing this. I don't want to keep feeling like this. I don't want to keep allowing things to trigger me. And let me see, this is no perfect answer. This is no, this is all about you recognizing yourself. Because, you know, we can say, oh my God, I am so nice. I'm nice. I just don't know why everybody thinks I'm not nice. But you got to remember, people saw you when someone else got you mad. People saw when you was about to fight somebody over something. So you being nice, that is the side you want us to see. You don't want us to see the shadow side of you, but you fail to realize you've already showed it to us. So what you have to do is you have to say, yeah, there's two sides of me. Mm-hmm. There's a good side. I could be sweet as pie. But if you get me there, I'm going there. I'm going to let you know now. If you can literally say that and mean it and step into it and wear it, that's where the healing starts, because now you know what your problem is. You know that you're not this, oh, I'm this nice little person all the time. You know that there's a side of you that's not like that. And that's the side we try to hide from society. But and you're trying to hide it from yourself, which doesn't make any sense, because if you can't face it and fix it, you can't expect for anybody else to come in your life to fix it. But that's what we do until our partner make us mad. We were sweet and nice, and I fall out in the road for you, baby. But you make that person mad, that person gonna show who they really are. And it won't take long. You're gonna be so shocked that they did it, because you're not expecting that out of them, because they only showed you the nice side of them, the sweet side of them. They didn't show you the whole other side of you. And I think that comes with time, but that also comes with us being able to what? Look in the mirror and say, hey, I can be a hateful ass heifer when I need to be. If you cross me, there's another side of me that you do not want to open up that door to. And admit it, put it out there that I am this person. If we stop, we perform more than we do anything else. We're the greatest performers, especially when we're trying to get something. We can perform for you. Oh my God, we can perform. We're the greatest actors until we're not acting anymore. The real us come out. The whole thing is you have to be very much so comfortable with yourself. Even if you do have shadow, the shadow self of you shows up. Be authentic. This is who I am. I'll cuss you out. I'll even want to fight you if I need to. But you're going to see the real me, because that's what you need to see. All that other stuff doesn't matter. That cutesy stuff doesn't matter. Okay? So that's like what chapter 1 was about. Basically, kind of figuring out what it is, what shadow work is, and how we can navigate through it, and how we can say, hey, look, right now, what you're saying to me is triggering me. And you know what the trigger is. You don't have to explain it to anybody, only to yourself. And that's why it's good to journal, because you can write down the parts of you when you're not feeling good, when you're angry. Why are you angry? What's causing the anger? Somebody triggered me. What did they do or say to trigger you? Those kind of questions you can ask and answer in your journal. Okay? And go back and read it if you want to. Though another way is the breathing methods that you were talking about, and the meditation, going somewhere and just sitting down and relaxing, not talking, not thinking about anything, just relax. Doesn't mean that the problem went away or the situation went away, but at that time you need to learn how to deal with it. Oh, I'm not supposed to be there. There we go. Okay, let's see. And those are actually techniques. And Kathy, I don't know if you had an opportunity. I don't think I sent her. I don't know if I sent you the meditations from YouTube. If you need them, I will send them to you. I'll put them in your in Messenger. I sent them to Latasha, and I sent them to Miss Bell. That there's different types of affirmation, meditation, guided meditations that you can do for yourself. I was talking that one um, affirmation that I have been doing. I think it's an affirmation, or it's sort of like a prayer or meditation that I do, and I do it for 21 days. And even if I miss those some of the days, I'll go back and make sure it's 21 times that I did that. Doesn't have to be that number. That's just for me. You can change it up. You can do it for 5 days. Whatever you're looking or seeking, you can manifest it by telling yourself it out loud, or you can keep it silent. When you're meditating, meditate on that particular situation or thing that you're asking for or you desire. So I will send you some of those. Okay. That's why I stay by myself, too much pressure. Yeah. Yeah. So you're an introvert. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's a meme I found on TikTok that just is hilarious. Um, and it's somebody using the Annabelle doll, and the guy was selling the doll actually that they need to get out more. And they was like, "Oh no!" Like it's so cute. I have been playing it today. I don't know why I did that, but other people think it's cute too. That she's like faking that she's surprised that because he said you're never gonna meet nobody, and she said, "Oh no!" And then she stopped and says, "Wait a minute, no." Oh no, like really, like she's faking that she's really needing to see somebody or be around people. Yeah. So, and it's all right. It's all right. You don't have to deal with people if you don't want to. You have that. I mean, you do. You have that privilege, that power to not deal with people if you don't want to. Um, so let's see what else that we find out. Okay. Um, okay, so if you get a chance, you guys, look up Carl Jung. He is the founder of analytical psychology. Um, I'm trying to figure out what class in college I learned about him. I learned about him twice when I was seeking. I think I learned about him in my biology, in my when I was doing my bachelor and when I was doing my master's. Definitely look him up because he is the father of shadow work. He's the one who actually created shadow work. And definitely look him up and check him out. His name is Carl Jung. So you can get a better grasp of what we're talking about here. A little bit of outside information helps out, gets you kind of get you a good clarification of what we're going to be talking about here. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the impact or the importance of emotional healing. What is emotional healing? Somebody give me a definition or your definition of emotional healing. What is emotional healing? Anybody?
Well, I think emotional healing. If something has happened, say in your past,
Okay.
that's something that you should be dealing with, I think that's emotional healing or trying to heal from whatever happened in the past.
Okay. 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 Um, okay. So let's see here. Okay, so let me ask you something. How are you how are you dealing with your emotional healing? What do you first and foremost need to do before you even want to deal with emotional healing?
Mm, I have to trying to accept
Okay.
that it happened,
Okay. Okay.
and that's my biggest thing right there is trying to accept it and why.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. That's good. Um, let's see. Okay, we'll give you guys 5 more minutes. Okay. Um, let's see here. Oh, now also, I forgot to say this, you guys, along with the journaling is the mindfulness. Remember, we talked about mindfulness techniques that we can use?
Mm-hmm.
Remember, we talked about incorporating mindfulness, which journaling and guided meditation is part of mindfulness. So, also keep in mind to add mindfulness in there. Practices. Those are practices that we can do. The word mindful is important in there. Okay. Let's see here. The unique experience of women of color. Okay, so women of color frequently encounter societal challenges that can exacerbate feelings of isolation and misunderstanding. These challenges may include racial discrimination, cultural appropriation, and the pressure to conform to stereotypes. As a result, their journey in shadow work may involve, not only personal traumas, but also collective wounds that are often overlooked. So when we talk about emotional healing, we don't look at it. We look at it from the personal standpoint. We don't look at it from a societal a standpoint. We're worried about, or we concern ourselves with how other people are treating us, mainly our family, opposed to the outside world, how they see us, racial discrimination, cultural appropriation. So when you have all this stuff building up in you, yeah, something's got to take place. Something's got to come to ahead. I'm not saying that you're supposed to, just come out fighting, but you've got to come to a point where you're noticing these things, right? And they're happening to you, and you see them, because we can be blind to a lot of stuff that's going on. We really are, and we purposely be blind to it because we don't want to deal with the pain that it brings when we actually do it. But shadow work helps us to cope with that. Shadow work helps us to accept us, because that's what the problem is. We have issues with accepting ourselves. Okay? So it actually opens the door for that. Okay? Um, yeah. You have heard of him? That's great. Okay, awesome, awesome. But if you get a chance, look him up. Look what he's done and what his analysis is. Okay, so um, so if you want to go ahead and read chapter 2 ahead of time before Wednesday, I encourage you to do that. Okay, I'm going to ask you our next class, which is Wednesday. I'm going to ask you guys who Carl Jung is. Jung. I think you say his name Jung. Yeah, Jung. I'm going to ask you who Carl Jung is um, on the next class. Okay. So
Okay, 'cause
Wednesday night.
I'm gonna go back and read chapter 1 because,
Okay.
like I said, I just got back in town.
Gotcha. 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 Take your time. Don't rush. This is not a rush job. Okay.
Okay.
Take your time. Because I think this is really, I think we're going to take our time with this whole book, because I think this is the crust of what we're doing here all together. This right here. So, and like I said, by tomorrow, I'll have you guys test for the book we just finished. I am so proud of you guys. I know you get like, well, she keeps saying that. She keeps saying that, because I am proud of all the work that you guys have done. And I'm proud of you guys who've come out of your shells, because you guys at first were like, oh, I listened to her on Kim B. Frank, and I don't know. I, believe me, I know I'm not crazy. Um, but there's other sides. You have to be able to embrace people's other personalities, their other side of them. And this is the side that I think helps women, not just because what we do as far as education, when it comes to political and social issues, but also over here in the intimate, the personal, the emotional side of us over here. That's very important. So definitely, when you get a chance, read chapter 1. We'll talk about chapter 2. I'm not going to kind of press you right now with saying we're going to do a lot of quizzes and stuff in this book. We're going to take it, play it by ear. But I am going to have your test prepared for you for by Wednesday, before Wednesday, tomorrow. But I would like to have some answers or something by Wednesday. Okay. Um, we can go over a couple of the questions if that's all right with you guys. So she said, I don't know because I avoid any emotions. And that's so unhealthy, Miss Kathy. I'm just going to tell you. That's very unhealthy. That's what stress, that's what stroke and heart attacks come from. You avoiding your emotions. If you have to get in your car and drive somewhere, go to Beulah Lake. If you have to go somewhere, go to a park and scream at the top of your lungs. Do not hold all those emotions in. That is the most dangerous thing you can do, is hold your emotions in. I'm telling you this from experience. Don't do that. Stroke and heart attack is the end result of you not releasing your emotions. And then what happens is, when you don't release your emotions, your immune system starts to decrease. And that opens the door for other diseases to come in. I'm just saying. So you're going to have to figure out a way to release those emotions. If you have to cry, cry. Crying is a cleansing. I do it all the time. It's a cleansing. Don't be afraid to do it. You're by yourself. You ain't got to worry about nobody judging you. If you have to cry, cry. But don't hold that in, because it's very dangerous for you. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go for tonight. I shall see you guys Wednesday night. And even if you're not available for Wednesday night, just still read the chapter. Okay? Ms. Bell, you want to
Okay.
go over it? And make sure you guys take notes. So when we do come back in the class, you don't have to look for nothing. Just make some little notes over some things, because you never know. It might be on the test that's coming down further down the line.
Okay.
But yeah, so like I said, tomorrow I'll have your quiz for the book we just finished. And Miss Kathy, when you get a chance, just read over. Just go back and read over chapter 1, since I know you heard me read chapter 1. But just go over it and read it again. And kind of, like I said, I want to know who Carl June is when we come back. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. I want you guys to have a great night. Enjoy your Sunday. And scream if you have to, holler, beat up a pillow, punch a wall in, as long as you don't punch nobody else. Get you a punching bag, get you some boxing gloves, and go at it. Okay? I'm just saying, get all that out of you, because I know we have built up frustration in us. Get it out. Don't hold it in. It's dangerous. Okay? So you guys have a great night. We shall return Wednesday night, 7:30, on the same channel. What they say, same time, same bat channel. All right?
Okay. Good night.
Bye-bye.